Hello, this is Neil from iPaintGirls.com. You can check out my website in the description for more free tutorials. In this tutorial, we're going to draw a face from the side view, also known as profile. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks that should help you draw it from your mind with ease after some practice. So the first thing is to draw somewhat of a perfect circle. So just going to start with something about like that. At this stage I'm being very sketchy because I'm far away, I'm not zoomed in very well, and it's hard to draw nice smooth lines when you're zoomed far away in Photoshop. The next thing, I want to divide it pretty much almost in half, not quite. I want the line to be a little bit more on this side than on this side. So this side will be a little bit bigger. The ear and the eyes are going to be somewhere along here. So the eyes will be somewhere along this line right here, and they're going to be really close to the edge. They're going to have this concave, or anyway, they're going to come out convex, whatever it is that comes out. Kind of like a little pie wedge like this. The eyelashes come off there. Eyebrow starts from here, comes down. We'll zoom in to get more details of that. And you'll have just a little part of the eye there. The ear is mostly going to be located because it's about level with the eyebrow, and then the bottom of the nose, so it's something like this. The back of the neck comes down just a little bit like so, and then it curves. And remember, the whole neck actually comes at an angle like this. Maybe not that much of an angle, but there is a slight angle to how it connects to the head. And just kind of have the proper length. I'm just going to kind of put it like so. From this line here, draw a line kind of coming down about like so. And this is where the jaw is basically going to come and attach here. Next is to draw a line from this and come kind of straight down with the neckline. So just kind of draw a line like so. From right here, you're going to have an indent. This indent's going to come here by the eyes. It's going to come up like so. It's going to swoop down. This is going to become the nose. This angle can be difficult to get correctly. Remember, the bottom of the nose is going to be right about here. This is the important part. So not too much farther than that. About something like so. Draw another line following pretty much that same thing, almost like you're drawing a ninja, like this. That's pretty much everything's going to fit into. And then you're going to have this coming off here, and that will become the neck. This will all be shaded in. I'm just going to kind of rough in. You have this line here, the cheek line that comes along the nose and the eyes. And I think I made the nose way too long already. So let me go. I'm on the wrong layer. Okay, so that's easy to fix. I'll just use this color. Okay. And it's going to slightly swoop down here. Like this. Have the lips. You have this part of the cheek. And I think I still made it too long. Dang it. The bottom lip. Imagine another line here. You don't want to go too far past that. And like so. Right, so that's pretty close, and then I'm going to take the soft brush. Oops, that's right. Okay, so I'll take my soft brush here, use that color, go back to my red color. Now I can zoom in and show some of the details here. But before I do that, the main thing that's important is you have that circle, you have this line, then you have this kind of shape in here where everything's going to fit into your kind of ninja shape. You can draw another line. Just kind of think about it as angles, how those angles fit in. And then this is going to be more of a straight line, so it'll be more like this. This is going to come off down here like that and so forth. I'm just looking at everything, make sure everything looks right. I think it does, so I'm actually use black so it's easier to see now what I'm doing. So I start with, I know that right above the eye, right about here, it's where you have that angle. Different foreheads will curve back differently. I'm going to have her forehead curve back a little bit like that because it looks, I think it looks more cute that way. Put in the eyebrow here. You have this little line here. And depends on what the lighting system is, you know, where the light's coming from, you determine how you're going to shade everything. But I'm going to go ahead and shade it like that. So that triangle wedge. You have the pupil. Right, so then you just see a part of the pupil here. This is what's important from the side view. Everything gets distorted and looks oblong, just like a circle when viewed from the side looks more like this. So just remember that. That's how the pupil ends up looking from the side. So there's quite a lot to remember when drawing people. You got to remember all this different kind of stuff from different angles. And the side view can be challenging at first, but once you learn these different aspects, and I'm actually going to make her nose, I don't know, maybe, I'm just seeing if that looks right. I think that's right, I guess. It's a little bit long, I think, but I could shorten her whole face some. But I don't think I have to. I like this kind of shape here for my noses. I think they look cute. Remember the nostril, this part of the nose comes here to the lip. The nostril comes outside, there's a gap there. Then you have this part of the nose here. You have this part of the skin, and depending on the person, this can be shaped differently. Sometimes you won't see it as much as others. Usually you define it by light, like light would hit there, or you can just define it by the shade. So what I'm going to do is the shadow is going to be in here, like so, and it's going to shadow all along here. I'm not worried about the parts that aren't going to be shadowed yet. I'm just going to shadow the whole nose like that, and this whole part down here where the lip is going to be. Putting all that in shadow. Then I'll take white and I'll come back and highlight where the light hits, and it's also going to be hitting all of this part right here, the under part of the nose. Alright, so I have the lips open. I'm going to draw now the shapes of the lips. Before I just put where the lips would be, I didn't actually draw the shape of the lips or anything. Keep in mind the lips stay quite thin, even if they have nice big poofy lips like Angelina Jolie or something. When viewed from profile, lips are quite thin, so just keep that in mind. I probably don't want the lower lip hanging out further than the top lip, so unless I want her to look funny. I didn't mean to erase that. I need to turn my eraser back down to small. I gotta get this color, go like that, go back to black, and that way I'm going to pull it right about there. So knowing these little things, the relations to each other, that line there, I'm going to have the lip come way in here, then kind of come out like so, and then I'll have the chin. I'm going to cut that short. All this will be shaded in because that part's not receiving light. That's the under part of the lip. And then I'm going to pull a line here. Actually, I'm going to pull it more towards that way. Like so. Then you have this little bit of skin that comes like that. That will be shaded in. Connected to the ear, down to the collarbone, you have that muscle. So I like to just kind of draw it like this. Okay, it connects down to the collarbone. You might show some of it shaded in. Anyway, so like that. Next is ear. Quick ear, I like to just kind of put this little part of the skin here. Every ear is a little different, but you know, that's how I like to draw ears. That's where the hole's going to be. All this will be in shade. You have this outer part of the ear shape. Actually, I want it more shaped like this. there's this line that comes up here and it causes a crease and it kind of fades out down there. Sometimes a little thing like that. Next is like this Y shape you want to memorize. The bottom one is the one that has the crease, like a lot of shadow. And it comes down and connects to this line here usually. Sometimes it comes like off that line just a little bit. And that's pretty much the basic shape of an ear. Actually, it's a pretty realistic shape of an ear. You might be able to see a little bit of the, right in here, the cheek area, where the cheek and jaw separate. You can put a little bit of shadow there. Depending on, again, how the person's lit, you can have, let's say the lighting come up here. It's going to be all dark right there. A little bit of light there. It's going to come across, because remember the cheek is coming out. This whole cheek is coming out, so the shadow follows that contour line. Comes down to that little sunken part, and then comes down to the jaw. And so all this would be shaded in, like so. And then that right there would just be shading a little bit darker, like that. Take my blur tool, I can just kind of blur all that. Although it probably doesn't look as cool. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that, leave it sketchy. Alright, so then it's hairline. So the hairline kind of comes like this usually. Everyone's hairline is a little different, but for females it's typically like this. About like that. You'll see the outside of the hair here. Hair is poofy. Depends on how poofy and thick the hair is. It'll come off the scalp so much. Like so. And I don't know what kind of haircut we can give her, but let's see it from the side. Let's say it's split kind of down the middle, and it kind of comes like so. Some hair would even, come over here more. Just depend. But let's say she has her hair pulled back, even behind her ear, even let's say like this. So I would kind of draw it like that. All this would be shade. I might be able to see part of this side. It comes over and around. And some of it comes back. Anyway, you get the idea. So hopefully this helps when drawing females from profile, is to utilize some of those tips that I've gone through in this particular tutorial. That is to start with that circle, just a quick briefing. Start with that circle, kind of cut in half. Put this a little bit lower, throw the ear in here. This comes down, you have the neck, where the neck's going to be. The jawline's going to kind of come down and follow something like, shape like this. Cut this shape here, something like that. Kind of cut in and out, where the eye is going to be in here. So you have that wedge shape, the eyebrow. Then come out with the nose. Not too far, it's not that long, it comes about bottom there, so just like this. And that comes straight down about like that, like a ninja. You come through, have the lips in here. Lips aren't very long, you have this kind of shape here for the muscle. That bottom lip comes out, and then you have this shape here for the jaw. And that's pretty much the female. Alright, so again, I hope this helps practice drawing profile views, understanding those relations, memorize those relations, and profile view shouldn't give you much trouble from your mind anymore. Thank you for watching. Please visit my website. The link is in the description. Also, if you're interested in free writing lessons, I have another website there. Click on that one as well. It's masteredit.net. I have a bunch of free writing lessons there. I have videos and I have written tutorials. It's fantastic, awesome knowledge. I'm going to come up with a new series on how to write screenplays, so look forward to that. It's a unique artwork. It's unique in every way. How you construct the story has to be specific, or Hollywood will not pay attention to you. It has to be written a certain way, in a shortcut kind of way, or Hollywood will not pay attention to you. You have to write in a certain formatting, or Hollywood will not pay attention to you. Those are the three things that are so important. They're not that easy to learn, but I'm going to hopefully teach it in such a way that it's easy to learn. I think that most complicated things, I break it down in a simple to understand way. I hope that's why you guys watch my videos, because I make things hopefully kind of easy to understand. Again, thank you for watching, and rate, comment, appreciate it.